My friends, welcome to this episode of the Outdoor Gear Review. I hope you all are doing well. What I have here happens to be one of my favorite items when it comes to camping and backpacking. This is an episode of My Favorite Gear. This is a product from Soto, and this is their Helix Coffee Maker. Inside of this small bag here is everything that you need to make a really good cup of coffee. I stumbled upon this product a few years back and I absolutely fell in love with it. This is a Japanese product, Japanese design that has been copied. The thing is this, it's lightweight, it's very small, it's easy to use, and at the same time, it slows you down. And in a hectic world like what we live in today, that can be a good thing. I'll talk more about this aspect in just a moment, but for now, let me show you all what this is. You can see that you have this mesh bag, which you can see through. You can see this wire contraption here. That is the Helix. We also have some coffee filters, and I even have a package of coffee. It says Soto here on the bag. With this bag, you have a draw pull up at the top. This is the Helix. And basically what you have here is a wire basket. And it's this wire basket that sits on top of your coffee cup, just like so. You could set it on top of a small cup like this, or a larger pot like this. It works on both. When you have the little wire basket on top of your cup, that's when you take a coffee filter. You open it up and you set it inside of the basket. From there, you take your coffee, you pour it into the basket, you boil some water, and you pour the water right into the coffee grounds. The filter separates the coffee from the grounds itself, coffee goes into your cup, and in a few minutes, you have an awesome cup of coffee. Before I share with you all why I like this product so much, let's go over some stats real quick. So right off the bat, let's talk about weight because it's very impressive. This weighs only 1.6 ounces. For an entire kit, that includes the basket, the storage bag, and 10 filters, it's only 2.3 ounces. This is made from stainless steel, whereas the mesh bag is made from polyester. This is a cone-shaped collapsible coffee maker, and when this product is inside of the storage bag, it is very flat. It's roughly 1 inch thick, and you're looking at measurements around 5 inches by 5 inches. When it's all set up, at the base it's 4.5 inches by 4.1 inches. It is 2.8 inches tall, and at the top it is 3.8 inches wide. As far as the price goes, $17. Now let's touch upon the pros and cons that I have for this product. Pro number one, this is super lightweight. 1.6 ounces, less than 3 ounces for an entire kit with coffee. That's pretty good. There are plenty of products like this out on the market, but this one weighs about half as much. Some could be quite heavy, whereas this one is not at all. When you fold this up, it is very compact, and it takes up virtually no space inside of your backpack. In other words, there's no bulk. It dries very quickly, and it can be stowed very quickly. When it comes time to wash it, it's easy to do. The included storage bag is excellent and holds everything that you need to make a good cup of coffee. This stove does come with 10 coffee filters, which work just fine. Luckily, replacements are easy to find and they're very inexpensive. I will link down below not only this collapsible stove, but the filters that I use. I've spoken about how easy it is to clean this product, and that's because it is. When you compare this to some of the other similar products that are out on the market, some have integrated filters. That can be a true nightmare to clean. Luckily, this does not have one. I much rather use the paper filters than those integrated ones. Out on the trail, those are a mess. I don't recommend them. What I like is this. As far as the cons go for this product, I will say that price is one of them. $17 is not a lot of money, but there are knockoffs of this that look to be identical to this that run only $7. So without a doubt, this is pricey. Now, for the $17, you do get a good storage bag and 10 filters. With the ones that cost $7, I'm not entirely sure what you get with those. I should mention this, comparing this to other similar products, even at $17, this is not bad. There are many of these products that do the same thing that can cost quite a bit more. Some even cost 40, 50 bucks. So $17, it's not terrible, but there is less expensive alternatives out on the market. I would say the biggest issue with this product is that when you have this on your cup, it likes to slide around. You do have to be careful. Not only with like knocking it, if you bump this, you could potentially have a huge mess, but also you need to have a flat surface for this all to sit on. Otherwise, it'll be at an angle and it will slide. An additional con for this is that it makes a limited amount of coffee. The company claims this is good for like 2 cups of coffee. I find that not to be the case. One really good cup of coffee, that's what you get from this, while still being able to drain the water through the grounds and out of the filter. You can, of course, put more grounds in this, enough for 2 people, but then the process of actually draining all of this takes quite a bit more time. So for myself, I find that like 1 good cup of coffee, that makes sense. Anything else, and it simply takes too much time. Those are the pros and cons that I have for this product. Now I want to share with you all why I like this so much. So I mentioned before that life is extremely hectic, and when you go to use something like this, it really does slow you down. And I'm not talking about like everything that you have to do all the time, right? I'm talking about the things that are on your mind all the time. So using something like this, at least for myself, I set it up, I have to pay attention to what I'm doing, it gets me focused on the task, it gets me focused on like what's around me. It takes my mind away from all of the day-to-day bullshit that we all have to deal with. So I'm able to really enjoy what I'm doing while making a really good cup of coffee. I'm not sure if you're like myself, but I have a lot on my mind all the time. So something like this really does kind of pull me into the moment. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but it is true. It really does, again, get me to focus on like what I'm doing, where I'm at, what's taking place. I'm having to be careful. And that's something I really like about this. Plus, making this type of coffee is so much better than making instant, which I do like, but I love this type of coffee. When you can take the grounds of any type of coffee that you want, you really can make something that smells good, tastes good. You can make that moment that you're having very, very special, and at the same time memorable. It's very lightweight, takes up no space inside of your backpack, easy to clean. You can use this on virtually any size cup and even some pots. For an example here, this is the MSR Titan Cup, and this is a very small coffee cup, and it works perfectly. But you can see there, it does slide around, right? This here is a 750 milliliter titanium pot, and it too works very nicely. Also, I have to say, I do like the way that this all folds together. You take those supports down at the bottom and you fold them in, and all of a sudden you have a very flat product that's roughly 1 inch thick. I have used the Helix product on my channel for many years, and that's because I really like this product. It definitely is one of my favorites. When it comes to making a really good cup of coffee, nothing is easier than this, especially when it comes to like the entire cleanup process. You get done, you take out the filter, you put it in your trash bag, and you're done. I love making cowboy coffee, but it does make a mess. That's especially true if you're using a kettle. If you're using a pot, the mess is less, but it's still there. So something like this, super easy to use, super easy to clean up, and again, it really does pull you into the moment. And that's why the Helix is one of my favorite pieces of gear. If you've enjoyed this episode, hit the thumbs up. It's a great way to support the channel. Make sure to comment down below and share your thoughts. What do you all think about the Helix? What do you all think about the price? $17. In my opinion, for what this is, what's included, it makes sense. But I am curious to see what the $7 version includes, what it is, if there's any big differences. I will link both of these products down below for you all to check out if you're interested. For now, everyone, I am done. Take care, be well, strength and honor.